Hello, welcome to day 4 of my road to 700 ELO on chess.com. Before we start playing any games, I just wanted to review the learnings from yesterday, or the main takeaway from yesterday, which is be careful with pawn forks, because if we access our database of mistakes, misses, and blunders here, and check the position. Let me just change here real quick the scene. We can see that by moving our knight from here to here, we allowed this queen and knight fork, which wasn't great. Even though this happened in the yesterday match, I actually ended up winning because the opponent blundered later on the game. I think he blundered his rook, and I ended up winning. But yeah, let's pay attention to this point specifically today. We also could just review the learnings from the first 2 days as well. Avoid on hanging pieces by moving them to unprotected squares, and also focus on one mover's idea initially, especially in the opening, and slowly build your intuition to when is best. Sorry, hit the mic here. To when is best to actually spend time calculating. All right, with this out of the way, I guess we can start playing. So let's find a game here. All right. Very quick to find a game. Playing black. So as always, we'll go for our Caro-Kann here. Oh, actually, perhaps we tried taking control of the center, perhaps. No, let's just stick with. I mean, you shouldn't technically play the Caro here, right? I could challenge here, I think. If he takes, I take. Then he can develop his bishop. Yeah. Let's just see, his knight is defending here or attacking the center. Pretty important to take control here. So he pushed. I guess, yeah, I could invite my bishop to f5. So I like this move, even if this is the advanced kind of Caro. And most of the time I don't know what I'm doing, I think. He's attacking it now, so we need to defend it here or here. But if I defend here and he takes, we'll mess up my pawn structure. I could defend with the knight here. Not ideal, but I guess it works. We also develop the minor pieces as well. Could go here next, perhaps. Yeah, he's double attacking it now. How can I defend it? Again, here or here. Or even with the queen. No. No. Yeah, let's just defend here. Already got my nice pyramid of pawns. We can develop the bishop next. Here's not attacked. This might be a good square. c5. putting pressure here on f2. But here we attack the knight, so yeah, I think I like better. Here they could also, if I move here, they could challenge me immediately too with the pawn. I mean, I could, which would hang the pawn, but I think attacking the knight might be nicer. Oh, the knight was actually hanging. Gosh. Yeah. Or no. I missed this. Just focus on development. That's why I checklist. Focus on hanging pieces. He moved the knight away. Well, now do we have an attack here? Because, or pinning the knight if he challenges, and I take. Wow. Yeah, it's also defended by the knight. That's why I moved it. I'd open up here, but it's defended. Dang, I missed the free knight. Yeah, this happens, like missing because you don't run your checklist. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. So, yeah, take, but he can take with the queen, actually. Yeah. I think he will take with the queen. And then perhaps I can castle. What's happening now? Let's assess. Attacking here. Defended twice. Attacking here. Defended. Attacking here. Defended. Yes, let's castle. Need to keep developing. I think a good move might be knight to d7, putting pressure on the e5 pawn. He will have to defend it. I think this pawn is pretty weak, right? It's like isolated there. Yeah, I like doing this. Yeah, he just added a defender. And he's also, okay, so he's also targeting here, which is defended. And pinned. But he's also like attacking here, which is also defended by the king. So my knight is technically in danger now. So if he pushes here, for instance. He's also defending the pawn, but yeah, I think I will develop here and attack this pawn. Because then I can try pushing here, perhaps. What is he doing now? Not sure. Is there a nice move here? Perhaps actually attacking the queen, since he moved the bishop. Yeah. Let's focus on one movers. I'm always afraid of missing like a tactic or something critical. Just like I missed his knight was hanging. I also protect this pawn as well. Yeah, I think this was a good move. Perhaps bishop to h4 next, put even more pressure on the queen. He will move, I think. But if he moves the queen, he loses his pawn, right? Unless he moves to a square where he can still defend it, perhaps here. It's taking some time now. Have to lock in, otherwise I blunder. Have to be relaxed at the same time as well. Yeah, chess is like a very involving sport. Yeah, he's definitely taking some time now. Yeah, I like capturing this pawn because then I would have two knights in the center of the board, which is usually very powerful. He actually went for which move? Oh, he's targeting the weak pawn here. Could take here, but then he infiltrates, which is not nice. Perhaps we can just activate here. Let's see, quick check. My pieces are all defended. The pawns are all defended. Knight is defended, defended, defended. Defended, defended, defended. Yeah, my pieces are all defended, which is nice. I just needed to take this pawn next. I don't know if you add a defender to it, but I really want to take it. I could also kind of try to set up an attack here because knight on h4 is very strategic because I take care of this one. So if I somehow can get my queen here to g5. Oh my god, this guy is very annoying. He's now targeting this pawn. Is there a way to actually defend it and develop a piece? Perhaps bishop here. I defend and also develop it, right? And this bishop is also defended by the knight here. Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to capture here. But let's try this. I mean, he's playing like with the queen out in the open. Perhaps I should try to punish his queen. What could be a good move now? What if I just push here, attacking the queen? Here's also defended. Here's undefended. I can actually take the pawn because he's not attacking the bishop, but he can fork us here the next move. Nah, not actually, because the knight is also defending. I think I'll just take it. And remember, I have like a strong position here, right? Yeah, he tried to fork me, but what if instead I'm like, no, I can just stake here, remember? And also, I'm also still defending here. All right. So now he's attacking my knight here, which is basically pinned because of my rook. So what can I do here? Queen here is forcing because attacks this bishop. But then he pushes the banana and then I infiltrate here. This knight is defended by the bishop. But is there like a sequence here? Take. And then he takes. I take. He could take, but then I take. I like this move. Let's see. He took. Oh. But now I can win his queen, I think. But I will lose my rook. But I think it's a good trade. Because check. He has to take or do something. And then I take his queen, right? Could even take the rook here. But the queen is better, I guess. Nice. The knight is defended. Probably take here, but then I take. Well, interesting. Interesting tactic. Let's see what else we have here. The c2 pawn is hanging now. I could take this one. He could take, then I take back. Here's also a forcing move, I think. Taking control here, not easily attackable. Oh, actually, yeah, if this bishop is still alive, yeah, I cannot move here. Still have here. Now he's taking the time after the discover check slash attack, taking his queen. He might be thinking that I sort of calculated that, but that wasn't my intention. I just saw once, like, he captured me. That was luck, for sure. Yeah, I think I will just capture his other pawn next. Yeah, I could capture this pawn, this one if the bishop is not there anymore. Still have all my pawns too. That's crazy. He's really taking his time now. Yeah, here c2 attacks the knight on b1, pawn on b2, the bishop's not there. Actually, there's an even like check pattern here. King has to go here. And he's sort of trapped, I think. Yeah, it's a pretty unfavorable position for him. I don't know. It seems like he aborted. He wants to abort the match. I don't know. Let's just wait. Chess is a game of patience, right? Learning this too. You cannot overextend yourself. You just gotta be like playing really kind of safe, especially as a super beginner like me. Keeping your pieces defended, taking control of the center, like really following the principles. I have the principles actually printed out there that I got from, what's that channel called? Jazz Vibes. I think it's not a GM, like National Master Nelson, I think is his name. He sort of has this video on 35 principles, chess principles one could follow. It's a good like reminder of just playing principled chess. Try to follow that. Yeah, I think he really abandoned. He's like forcing me to wait, I think. So let's just wait. Yeah, especially because now I have way more time too. But yeah. there is a very aggressive series of moves here. You just take here, and then you check, and then you take this guy, and you'll take the rook. So yeah, I think it's tough to defend against that. Yeah, he's really forcing me to wait. Yeah, since I don't edit the videos, you guys will need to skip this part, I guess. I basically just upload right after recording. Minimal overhead, and just to keep momentum and progress. Perhaps he will like play when he has like a minute left or so. I think this is possible. He might have imagined I'm AFK like and not seeing the board anymore. I don't know. This could happen. I think this just tells me how tactics are powerful in a game, because I'm glad. I think I'm gradually starting to seeing those tactics more often in real games. They're really powerful. They just drive your opponent to abandon or to resign in some cases, because you get to perhaps a lost position for them. So yeah, tactics are really the heart of chess, especially at this level I'm at, and even like higher, maybe until 1500s or more. Yeah, really testing my patience test. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Countdown. Nice. Oh, one brilliant move. Interesting. Those are very rare. Perhaps was the discovered capture / check. Let's see.
You found a nice tactic that game. You're cooking. Let's review.
Yeah, it was 61, 3 misses.
Hold on, developing their knight. That's your opponent. Time to your opponent activating your opponent is you defended. This permits the opponent to force doubling of pawns. You whiffed on a chance to force doubling of pawns.
Yeah, he wanted me to create to take, and
their rook is now lost after that move. Your opponent just gave you the chance to shine.
The rook is now lost. Why? Wait. Why?
Boom! Black is gonna snag a rook. Easy peasy recapture. You found the only move.
But
what
like,
a find! This is huge.
Isn't this better than losing a rook? I don't understand like this analysis.
Their rook is now lost after that move.
The rook is lost.
Boom! Black is gonna snag a rook. What a steal!
Because the best move is to actually save the knight instead of the rook.
Their rook is now lost after that move.
I don't know.
Missed an opportunity to tactically win a rook. Their rook. You missed an
So
opportunity
he's
to
still
tactically win a rook.
pushing me to take here.
Their rook is now lost after that move.
What if
Your
I just
opponent-
take here?
You just snagged a free knight. That's what I call a. Their rook. You missed out on the chance to force doubling. Okay. Okay. Your opponent equal trade. They grab, castling on the same solid move, activating the your opponent. Okay. Okay. You defended solid move. That pawn is by playing that pawn. Your opponent goofed. You just snapped. Your opponent's bringing that bishop to the center, huh? You're about to win a queen with the right moves.
What was the tactic? Yeah,
You're
so
about
that
to win a
was the
queen with the right. Your opponent, and in this position, you sacrificed the bishop.
that was the brilliant move. Nice.
Snap. You just snapped up that queen for free.
All right,
Keep that, right?
let's play another one. I think we have time. Close this one. New game. Already found a game. Yeah. So we're playing white this time. Let's focus. Let's lock in and go for the London that we are very fond of. London for white, Caro-Kann for black. And that's it. D4. All right. What is brewing here? If he's giving me the center, why not just take the center unless he has like some plans? No, but let's just take the center if he's giving it to me. Okay, so aggressive player with the queen. Hitting here. What can we do? This protected. This is protected. This is unprotected. Oh, I see. Was this a trap or something? Because we can... Or no, should we just defend this pawn here? Yeah, right? Developing the knight. Yeah. I get confused with these crazy openings here. And they bring the queen out right away. So what's happening here now? This is defended. This is undefended. He can actually defend by my queen. But I want to punish the queen here, right? Can I simply develop the knight? Develop the knight, attack both here, and also defend this guy? Yeah. Seems like a good move. They're going for the golden squares, I think. Still here, but the queen. How can I punish this queen? Adding an X-ray attack. And threatening to take the pawn. Or just attack here. If I attack here, defended. Here's defended, here's defended. Here's also defended. I think I'll just attack. I think bishop to e2 would have been a good move as well. Perhaps I can play this next. Also developing the bishop a little bit. Though the bishop's already taking control here. Let's look at the rest of the board. Yeah, now he really moved the queen. But I think I can still win this pawn. Right? He will not take it. I think I could even take with the knight, actually. Right? And then I open up my queen here. Yeah, but they can challenge it right away. I will have to move the knight. So just take with the pawn. both pawns are still defended. Yeah, so see, that's one of those examples where like they keep playing the same move with the queen and don't develop their other pieces. Although now he brought his bishop out. What can we do? I mean, it's defended here. He could take, and I take back. I think I'll just develop my bishop and castle now. Could even attack the queen here. No. Yeah, let's just develop here. Or even here. But here's also defended, yeah. So what's he doing now? He's attacking my knight twice. My knight is defended only once. But I can add it here, develop the bishop. He's also attacking here, defended. Because this knight is pinned. Yeah, really aggressive player. I gotta be somehow accurate here to not like blunder. But again, as I was saying, like all my pieces are defended in this case, so it's really hard for him to break through. I think now castle. And he has basically no attack. So now's probably time to counterattack. Could attack here, but then I remove the defender of the pawn. Actually not, because this knight is here. I see. Yeah, now time to attack. My turn now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, his queen is like risking getting trapped, I think. He's trying to find a move. Fast player again. I'm usually pretty slower compared to my opponents. They just play so much faster. Yeah, so what could happen here? You know, this knight is targeted by 2 pieces, currently defended by 2 pieces. But once he moves his queen, I'm free to move this bishop as well somewhere because there's only one attacker. Could also like try to push this bishop here, I think, with a3. Yeah, he's taking some time now. I think there are some good, interesting ideas. Well, I imagine he will move the queen somewhere. The safe squares are here. Here's also safe for him. Here's not. Let's calculate the unsafe squares. I think it's easier. Yeah, he has plenty of squares to move his queen to. But I mean, he will need to keep moving his queen, and I think he risks getting trapped now. More easily, I think, right? Because like there's this wall of pawns here. So he'll basically have to move his queen like around or get the queen inside my territory, my side of the board, which is way easier to just like miscalculate and get the queen trapped. There's also this bishop here to, you know, all this is being attacked. I have this covert attack here as well. So if he moves his queen to perhaps here, no, here he'll not move it to because it's attacked, but like here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's wait until he plays. But again, this opponent is forcing me to wait again. Let's see what he has in mind. He moved. All right. He moved his queen here. But again, he removed the defender here on the knight. I can attack his queen here now. Right? And also open up my own queen here. Ooh. Yeah. Here's also could try to pressure him on time as well. He took 5 minutes to make this move. Yeah, his queen is really getting cornered. What could we do now? Target this bishop? Or is there a better move? I think just pushing here. Or even like here. Right? Dude, if I go here... Yeah, but he can still take this knight here. He might take it, actually. I feel like I want to add another defender here. Yeah. Damn, 2 minutes. Yeah. I can't have this luxury here. As expected, he took. He might just take. Targeting my rook here. No worries. He will not take it, I think. How can I attack this queen again? Keep attacking it. What a weird game, like the queen is out in the open. There's gotta be a way to capture this queen. What if now I develop here? It's defended. Love to move here, but like... Danger levels. This pawn here is unprotected. Yeah, let's protect it here. Let's play safe, right? Still attacking his queen. Dang, dude, this guy's so annoying. If he doesn't move the queen, you have a very similar move here. Yeah, but he moved it back. Okay. And now what? This knight is hanging, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Now I can attack the queen. Once more here. My pieces they seem to be very coordinated, like they're all defended. He moved the queen again there. Is there another move we could try? Attacking the queen again. But perhaps I should try something here on this side. All right. I think now what do we do now? Just here? He's playing really fast, dude. I know I have the advantage, but like my brain is frying. Yeah, and I blundered. As you can see, I blocked here. Oh, perhaps no. It's the same move. I think this will surprise him. This is what I'm talking about. Damn. All right. We got a nice advantage now. Okay. Yeah. He basically pinned our rook as well. But do we have any forcing ideas? Could have here. Oh, we do have here. Oh, we also have this check. Perhaps even better, right? Could we try something? He checks me here. Go here. Check. We actually have this one here. Okay, now I definitely need to bring the rook to the game as well. Perhaps bring it here. No, but he could fork us here in the next move. Perhaps just moving then here. Yeah, gotta play faster. Only 5 minutes left. I mean, I cannot take. Perhaps just we'll push here indefinitely. Just move here. Yeah, the queen is also boom, boom, push to, yeah. Yeah, so my plan now is knight to g5, taking control here. Gonna have 2 attackers. And then I push the pawn. If he takes, I take. If he takes, boom. And then the situation is very complex for him. Still have my 2 rooks. Can start bringing then here, pushing this other pawn, bringing the rook to the right. Pushing here as well. Nice. Dang, my brain is fried now. Yeah, chess is really mentally exhausting. Trying to think if there are other plays, like the bishop is protected, so like this pawn is also protected. This pawn is hanging. This one, the c6. There are no defenders. Perhaps I could try to target it. This one as well, h7. The issue with knight here is that he can simply attack me here. Well, but then I have check here. The king has to go there. Yeah, then it gets really complicated for him. It's taking some time. Now we are almost at 5 minutes. Both. Are there any other like specific queen moves on this diagonal? Not that I can think of. I mean, I could move queen to c3, hitting here. Oh no, yeah, it's defended. What I was just saying, like this pawn was hanging. No, it's not. Or is this one? No. Yeah, all the pawns now, he has a very cohesive defense here, like at least on this side. But I will be putting pressure here on his king side. I mean, the king is in the open, right? Also the fact that knight here, we also have check here, threatening mate. Yeah, this looks like a lost position for him, but I'm not super sure. yet. Yeah, but knight to g5 seems strong because of this. Like, we target here, we prepare this pawn advancement here, the pawn push, because then we have also two defenders, so we will win. But most importantly, we have this check. And then he probably, to escape here, probably try to navigate with his king, I think. Yeah, but still remembering of keeping your pieces all defended. Like, this is defended by the knight. This is defended by this rook and this rook. Queen is defended twice. Rook is defended by the queen. Knight is defended by this pawn. This pawn is defended by this pawn. Only this pawn, which like is defended by the king. Like, all the pieces are very connected. I don't know, perhaps he abandoned too again, or it's just forcing me to wait. Yeah, I almost move the rook here, which could have led to this fork. And then I would lose my knight. But then I would capture back. It wouldn't be like a huge deal because of how much more material I have, but it would be pretty annoying to fall for this tactic. So again, why tactics are important, like the speed tactics puzzles. You know, they're very boring and hard. It's really like what helps you improve, right? I'm tired, dude. After days of work, just playing chess at night is tough sometimes. This will be the last one. Hopefully we'll win. Not sure, but more confident now. Slowly building up my confidence as well. Yeah, probably dude abandoned at this point. I think people, they just force you to wait to see if it will, like, you will disconnect yourself, or you will resign after a draw or whatever, because you don't want to wait, right? It's unfortunate that we don't get to finish the game. I don't get to try checkmating the king, because that's also a form of practice, right? If you don't get to end games, like, you'll never be good at end games, and they're probably the hardest part of chess. I know. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Let's say another win. Yeah, that's it. And we crossed the 600 mark again. I know we've been there before, but it's good to breach 600 again. And again, we had another brilliant move, which was probably the bishop check sacrifice with capture.
Well done pouncing on that free piece.
No mistakes on this one, which
Taking
I
the
guess
center
is
right
good.
away. Your dark squared bishop's ready to go.
So let's see.
Whoa. Get that. Your opponent just developed their queen.
All right, so like he tried bringing the queen out. I defended.
That's how you win a pawn right there.
Defended the pawn, while also developing the
This allows the
knights.
opponent to eventually win a queen.
That's actually This allowed me to win the queen. What was the tactic?
That's right,
Actually,
you win a queen
yeah,
right
I
there.
moved here.
Your
He
opponent's
moved
played.
there.
You overlooked an opportunity to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
Yeah, I thought of capturing with the knight,
Your opponent.
but then I went with the
Your opponent's
pawn.
playing it safe.
Not
huh?
sure
You
why.
overlooked an opportunity to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. You overlooked an... Ooh, a pin! You're not just activating the bishop, you're eyeing the center like it's prime real estate. Not bad, but not brilliant. You're giving your knight a VIP. Your opponent just brought their knight out. You're tucking your opponent's just castled the same. You're attacking like a ninja. Snatch just threatens to tact. You're winning the tempo battle. Your opponent, spicy meatball right. You prevented your opponent from being able to tactically win a knight.
I thought of this move actually. Let's see. That was a tactic. I remember like thinking, but then what?
Losing a queen? Ouch!
So this was a way to basically trap here. And then you bring the knight.
You saw right through that threat. What a move. Material. Look at this. This kicks the bishop. Material will be yoinked. This is the way.
Yeah, but they
Gotta
would
scoop
have to
that queen
find
out
the
of there.
best move.
Pronto. Spicy meat. You prevented your opponent. Your opponent just... You recaptured the piece. Oh no. You're winning tempo. Threatening that queen. Efficient. Okay, okay. Safety first. You're activating your piece. A good save by your opponent. Bailing out the queen. Not the best move, but it's not bad either. Okay. Okay, your opponent is kicking your bishop. Time to find a new spot on the... No time for sights. Oh no, your opponent... You lost your advantage, and now the position is close to equal.
So I lost my advantage with this one.
Folks, hold on to your hats. They sacrificed the bishop. Oh no, you lost your advantage. Your opponent goofed, leaving a free pawn on the board. Easy pickings, just saying. That pawn was hanging. Your opponent goofed. You just snapped up that knight. Your opponent is... You're about to win... You're about to win a... Okay, okay. Material will be yoinked. This is the way.
Yeah, here I allowed him to capture because the rook was defending. So this was technically a blunder,
This is
but
the
then
best
they
move.
captured.
And in this position, you sacrifice
And
the
here
bishop.
again,
A simple recapture. Finally, you've reclaimed that material.
yeah,
Your
that was
opponent
nice.
is bringing more wood to the table. Another piece developed. Material will be yoinked. This is the way.
I also thought of this check, but
Your opponent is like they were losing and then their clock went bye-bye.
all right,
You love to see
folks,
it.
that's
Let's
it for
go.
today. An hour and 10. Dang, that's a lot. But I think we are improving, slowly improving, across 600 today. We're now slightly closer to 700, our goal. So that's it. See you tomorrow. Bye.